Hey, this is EAJ Man from Autopsy Live and the Skype Pirates. When I want to make it look like I give a shit about sports, I tune into Sports World Radio with Jeff Escow.
Jeff
Doing bad time. Doing bad time. Got myself a problem.
She asked me maybe if I could share her sorrow for all the men that tried to treat her wrong. You're just a baby awaiting her tomorrow. It's rock me baby all night long. She needs an answer to her confusion, someone to guide her with tenderness. But when she's asking for a solution, oh, she gets, you know, it's something like this. I don't know where we come from, I don't know where we're going to, but if all this should have a reason, we would be the last to know. So let's just hope there is a promised land. Hang on till then, as best as we can. Everybody else, you know, it fills her with compassion. That's why she tries to save the world alone. She helps the needy in her own fashion and tries to give them all her own. She needs an answer to her confusion, someone to guide her with tenderness. But when she's asking for a solution, oh, she gets, you know, it's something like this. I don't know where we come from, I don't know where we're going to, but if all this should have a reason, we would be the last to know. So let's just hope there is a promised land. Hang on till then, as best as we can.
Growing tired of knots, tangled up in problems, and not caring enough. Now I'm on a journey to find what's right, always telling the truth.
feels to be loved. All I want is you. All I want is to be from somewhere, an address for me and you. Sometimes it feels impossible to get along. It feels impossible to get along. Again, I'm living with my family. Again, I'm feeling blue. Again, you've made me question our love. Again, with you, sometimes it feels impossible to get along. Yeah, it feels impossible to get along. Sometimes it feels impossible. So now I sit alone in silence, waiting to hear from you. I pray there's something left inside us. If it's broken, I've got some glue. I'll fix it all for you. Fix it all for you. I'll fix it all for you. I'll fix it all for you. It all for you. But it feels impossible to.
Live from San Diego, it's Sports World Radio. You've never heard a sports show like this. Oh, no, you haven't.
Oh, blow me.
You got it.
Holy fucking shit.
What in the hell is your major malfunction?
Can't believe that goddamn son of a bitch did that fucking crap.
Don't give me any of your shit.
Right?
Yeah, that's right. Those are your hosts, Jeff Askow and Sean Mann. Remember, those who can't play sports, talk about it. These two tell it like it is. Tune into Sports World Radio for the fastest hour of sports of your life. So here they are, the douchebags of sports themselves, Jeff Askow and Sean Mann.
Hey, welcome to Sports World Radio. I am your host, Jeff Askow. We got a jam-packed show. This is Sports World Radio and NFL Real Talk. That's right, NFL Real Talk. We got a jam-packed show for you guys. Nothing but NFL talk all show long. Second half of the show, Sean and I will give our NFL picks for the final week of the NFL season. It's going to be a lot of fun. If you want to listen to the show, or if you're listening to the show, you can listen to the show in many different places. Right here on Spreaker.com, where we do the show, just type in Sports World Radio. You'll be able to find us. Excuse me. Or you can head on over to SportsWorldRadio.com and listen to our show there. You can also listen to us on iTunes. That's right, we are on iTunes, bitches. Head on over to iTunes, type in Sports World Radio, all one word. Subscribe to our iTunes channel. Never miss one of our shows, even our NFL Real Talk shows. And we will be doing them throughout the playoffs and right up until the Super Bowl every Saturday night, 10 p.m. on the East, 7 p.m. on the West, just like we are doing right now. Follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/SportsWorldRadio. That's facebook.com/SportsWorldRadio. Like us over there. Also, follow us on Twitter at facebook.com/sports. I'm sorry, at twitter.com. Twitter.com/SportsWorldRadio. Now, with Twitter, Sports World Radio is spelled a little different. The O in world is not in there. It's WRLD, Sports World Radio, without the O in world over there following us on Twitter. If you want to get in touch with the show and you have Skype, head on over to sportsworldradio.com where you can listen to the show as well. Click the little red button there that says call now, and you will be calling the show with your Skype. Only if you have Skype you can do that. You can listen to the show on sportsworldradio.com and Honest Answer Radio as well. What do you say we bring in our co-host of all our Sports World Radio shows and NFL Real Talk, our good friend, Sean Mann, the update man. What's going on, buddy?
I'm doing good, Jeff, and welcome everybody to the NFL Real Talk. It is December 28th, 2013. Currently the time, 10:07 p.m. on the East Coast, actually 10:08 p.m. on the East Coast, which makes it 7:08 p.m. on the West. I am your co-host and update man, Sean Mann. And Jeff, how are you? It's dark and cold out here in Idaho. How's it down there in San Diego?
It's dark and it's starting to get a little chilly out here in San Diego. We had a beautiful, beautiful day here in San Diego. Must have been probably about 80, 82 degrees out here in San Diego. Gorgeous day out here. Tonight, just a little bit chilly. You gotten snow over there or rain, or how cold is it over there?
I've got about some snow or rain. It's about 28 degrees before the show started, so It's 28 right now again.
That's what you get for living over there, my friend. You know that, right?
There you go.
That's what you get for living. All right, first topic of the day.
All right, first topic of the day, since it's all NFL, the of New York. The New York Jets are saying Rex Ryan is not going anywhere. A lot of people are believing that whatever happens, Rex Ryan will be back on the sidelines for another year as New York Jets head coach.
Really? Who says that?
That's what the ownership is saying. That's what the sources are saying on ESPN.
That's the kiss of death right there.
Yeah, the signs point to Rex Ryan returning as coach of the New York Jets. Two sources said Saturday, although some hurdles remain. So, will he be or will he not be back? That is a question.
Be back. How many times have you heard the ownership back and then a week later fire him?
And then let's see. I just sent it right there to you.
They might be fired, you know?
Ryan is nearing the completion of his 5th season with the Jets, who can finish with an 8-8 record if they upset the rival Miami Dolphins.
I'd like to see him beat them. I'd like to see him beat Miami. Give San Diego a shot. Because San Diego can't make the playoffs unless Miami and Baltimore lose. And San Diego wins. And we talked about that yesterday. Didn't we, my friend?
Yeah, there's a lot at stake for the playoff implications. Audio drop? Oh, please tell me, TCB, you're not having difficulty hearing us.
No, it looks like our audio is working just fine over here on our end.
Yeah, I hear Jeff just fine. I'm sure everybody else does. Hold on. TCB.
TCB. I don't understand it.
Can you hear us? Can you hear us?
He's right, though. Let me see. Nope.
Choppy, but yes.
Okay. The audio is working fine. I hear it on my end, actually. I can hear the audio working on my end, and I hear it actually working fine on my end. So, there you go,
What's unclear is whether Rex Ryan will enter next season on the last year of his contract, or the Jets will give him an extension, sources said. So whatever the result is, the Jets are not going to make the playoffs, and the speculation is, will he come back or will he not come back?
My prediction is if they're saying he's going to come back as of right now, then he'll come back. But, come on, I don't know. How long has he been? What is this, his fifth and final year with the team if he comes back?
Rex Ryan was hired in 2009, January 2009.
Okay.
And he took the Jets to 2 AFC championship games.
Took it to... Really? That's it,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
That's it, right? He's got to do better than that. Look, that's 5 years, and they're thinking about firing him, right? 4 years, and they're thinking about firing him already, right?
Yep.
Jerry Jones, take a hint. Come on, you know I'm going to bring it back to him.
Yes, indeed.
Because he deserves it to bring it back. It deserves to bring back to him.
Well, yeah, the speculation is we'll see what happens. And Monday will be Black Monday because there will be more coaching changes.
Oh, yeah, right after Sunday's games on Monday, you wake up Monday morning, this coach got fired, that coach got fired, this coach got fired. Hey, there's a lot of speculation that the Houston Texans are going to be hiring O'Brien from Penn State.
There you go, bud. He just took the word right out of my mouth. Bill O'Brien has emerged as the overwhelming favorite to become the next coach of the Houston Texans, and the two sides are working to get a deal in place within the next...
They don't like the guy who's running the team now, Wade Phillips?
I don't know if this is a wise move because Wade Phillips has got the experience in the NFL. He's coached the Denver Broncos, the Buffalo Bills, the Denver Broncos. Yeah, I already said Broncos, Bills, and Cowboys, and he's interim coach right now of the Texans.
Let's see if he ends up sticking around. Because Bill O'Brien's going to want to bring in his own peeps, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's see if he ends up
Yep.
If Wade Phillips ends up sticking around, then Wade Phillips is the assistant coach, and Wade Phillips is there to help him get through this. Right?
Yep.
Okay. If Wade Phillips is gone, if Wade Phillips goes, then I'm going to be picking against Houston every week next week.
For next year.
Next year, yeah. Next year. Uh-huh.
And of course, Bill O'Brien does have experience with coordinator. He was the New England Patriots assistant from 2007 to 2012, and then he went over to Penn State to try to take care of a program that was suffering under head coach Joe Paterno because he was fired because of the whole Jerry Sandusky scandal. I don't want to talk about it because I don't like college football anyway. Bill O'Brien, though, see what happens. If they get a deal done, then what happens to Wade Phillips?
And then if he leaves Penn State, then Penn State's got to go find a new coach.
Yep.
And when was the last time they had to find a new coach after them losing their big guy, right?
Yep.
So that's crazy. I like to see him stay in Happy Valley, personally.
That's what TCB says. Stay in Happy Valley.
He should. He should. TCB's only here to hear us pick his team against Dallas. That's the only reason why he's here.
Well, we'll be talking about the picks as well. But other news, we don't even know if Leslie Frazier will be back. Now, there's not a topic on it, but what do you guys think? Do you think Leslie Frazier will be fired on Monday as Vikings coach?
I'm going to lay... on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being he'll be there staying definitely, and 10 being he'll be gone definitely, I'm gonna go probably just about a 7.
Ooh.
Although they did have a better back end season than they had a front end season, correct?
Correct.
Is that fair to say?
Mm-hmm.
That might have saved his gig. Although they will next season have a major quarterback problem. They will have 3 starters fighting for the quarterback job.
That's the problem with the Vikings is the quarterback and who can lead their team, because Matt Castle wasn't good. Christian Ponder wasn't very good. Just a lot
And Josh
of
Freeman,
bad
and you
decisions.
haven't seen Josh Freeman the rest of the year, have you?
No.
They pretty much made him the third string, and you haven't seen him at all, right?
Yep.
So maybe they're doing that on purpose, and maybe they're going to make him the starting quarterback next year.
I say with Leslie Frazier, though, I say he will be fired on Monday. Just a disappointing season for the Vikings.
What's their record?
They're just all kinds of problems. They just have no defense.
What's their record?
Their quarterback problem is so pathetic
Sean,
right now.
what's their record?
The Vikings are 4-10-1.
4-10-1.
Yep.
So yeah, he could be fired. I'm gonna give it a 7. There are 8 possible firings. TCB's got Detroit, Minnesota, Houston, Jacksonville, Tennessee, Tampa Bay, Washington, and one other team he's thinking. Okay, let's take this. Detroit, he's gone. He's gone. He screwed this whole season up. He's finished.
You think Jim Schwartz will be fired
Jim
on
Schwartz
Monday?
is fired, yeah. We just talked about Minnesota and Frazier. Houston already fired their coach, so that's one. Jacksonville, doesn't matter who coaches that team. They suck anyway.
Maurice Jones-Drew.
Yeah, let him be the coach. Okay.
Tennessee?
Tennessee could be. Could very well be. Tampa Bay could very well be. I don't think Shanahan's going to be gone at Washington. I think he's going to be there. And you got to throw Miami in there, I think. Right?
Yeah, with Incognito and the drama that happened there. I disagree with you, Jeff, about the Redskins. I still think after everything that's gone on down there and after a disappointing season, I say that Mike Shanahan will be fired on Monday and he'll be looking for a new coaching job.
You think so?
Yep.
Okay.
Because there was some conflict going on with Shanahan. If you remember, he was very upset after they lost a game and talked about how he comes to work every day, and they're just saying the players aren't listening. They're not getting the job done. Oakland is definitely a possibility there, TCB. Good pick there because, the Raiders have got so many problems. And you got to remember, they have not been the same since they lost the Super Bowl in 2003.
They have the youngest head coach in the NFL right now, the Oakland Raiders. You got to give him some time. Hey, Al Davis is not there. So that coach might be there for a little bit and let him work that team and get that team built, and build that team. Al Davis never lets a coach give a chance to build a team. He might have that chance with Al Davis not being there. Detroit's definitely gone. Minnesota, I don't know. Houston's already gone. Jacksonville, I wouldn't be shocked. Tennessee, I wouldn't be shocked. Tampa Bay, I wouldn't be shocked. Washington, I might be shocked a little after what they did by benching RG3 because the owner, Snyder, knew all about the benching. That was not a surprise. They talked about it. So you knew that was okay. So if that kind of was an okay, then maybe they've come to an agreement and he's still going to be there next year.
Mm-hmm.
Miami, I think, is one of the teams that might, if Miami don't make the playoffs, and with everything that went down and the coach letting everything happen, I think the head coach gets fired as well in Miami.
Yep. I think there's going to be a lot of it'll be interesting to see what kind of moves happen. Rex Ryan, if he stays, I'll be a little bit surprised because there has been some disagreement. There's been some things that have not been very good between with the way the Jets had their season end and, him saying that it was Super Bowl or bust, to start the 2011 season, that went downhill. Then 2012, things went downhill.
Well, they started
the Jets have got major problems with their defense.
Well, they started the season with Mark Sanchez as their quarterback, right?
Yeah.
And look what happened to that.
He got hurt and he went with Geno Smith.
He got hurt and they let him go.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so come on, man. Jesus. Now they got Geno Smith in there. He hasn't shown really anything, but then again, it's his first season. Let's see what happens. Maybe that's why they're going to let Rex Ryan stick around and give him another year with Geno Smith.
Yep.
You know, who knows what these freaking owners are thinking. All I know is that the owner of the Dallas Cowboys needs to fire the freaking general manager of the Dallas Cowboys. And that ain't going to happen.
Yeah, and speaking of which, again, here's the update of the standings. In the NFC East, all eyes tomorrow will be, you ignore the Giants and the Redskins, they're done. All eyes tomorrow will be on the Philadelphia-Dallas game and what's shaping up to be a classic game, but I still say that the Philadelphia Eagles will totally have the advantage going in the game. The only way Dallas will beat Philadelphia is if Orton has a good game and the defense really plays a great game and stops Philadelphia immediately. The Eagles have nothing to lose. I like their chances.
Well, you can't say the Eagles have nothing to lose because if they lose, they go home.
Yeah, but the Eagles have a very good chance of beating Dallas. Dallas is, it'd be 3 straight years to get knocked out and lose on the final night to get in there. And that, for Cowboy fans, they'll blow that whole thing out of proportion.
TCB, do you really think that the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to fire Mike Tomlin? I don't think so.
I would not rule that out. I think Tomlin is a possibility. I know he's won 1 Super Bowl, but he's had some drama he's had to deal with too. Remember, he got slapped with the fine the day after the Thanksgiving night game against Baltimore.
Well, I think he did that on purpose. That's just my opinion. Okay?
Yeah.
And the reason why I've come to that opinion is because when that incident is happening and he jumps back off the field, look at him smiling and laughing about it. He did it on purpose.
Yep.
It's just how I look at it and how I see it. And if he says anything different, he's lying. And I'll call him out on it.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens. So Tomlin is a possibility, but yeah, Philadelphia, Dallas tomorrow. I can't wait till we talk about that for our picks. In the NFC North, 2-team, actually, yeah, pretty much a 3-team race, but Detroit, they're going to be done. It's all between Chicago and Green Bay for the NFC North division.
Detroit had that division in their hand and watched it just melt right away. How crazy is that, man?
Well, I remember when the Lions finally won and snapped their 9-game losing streak for Thanksgiving. They beat the Packers, and what did they say for Fox NFL Sunday? All the analysts were saying that the Lions should have a bigger lead, and they'll have the division wrapped up. Well, look what's happened. They've lost some heartbreaking games. Baltimore, the Giants in overtime. Ugh, my goodness.
They'd let that division fall right through their hands, man. They had that division all wrapped up, and they let it fall right through their hands.
Yep.
They let Green Bay back in. They let Chicago back in. Now, look, Green Bay and Chicago are fighting for the division, and Detroit's sitting there deciding who's going to be their head coach next year. How crazy is that?
Carolina and New Orleans in the NFC South. The Panthers won a big game against the Panthers, but still a lot of unfinished business in that division.
TCB says, if the Eagles lose on Sunday, I'm blaming Sean, and I'm going to torture his teams all through the 2014 season.
What? Oh, no. TCB, you don't do that with me. You torture Jeff and his teams.
Why? Why torture my teams? I'm not the one who's... Come on. I'm picking Philadelphia this week. No doubt in my mind. No doubt in my mind. That's the flex schedule game that they made for a Sunday night. If this game wasn't an important game, there would be no Sunday night game this week.
TCB, you should give me some credit because I'm going to be picking your Eagles, even though we're not at picks yet. Seattle and San Francisco, the 49ers still have a shot there, Jeff, for that NFC West division. Both teams are in, though, but there's still some business there.
Yeah, there's a lot of important games still to be played this week. San Francisco's got to win a division and hope somebody loses. Seattle's really not playing for nothing, really. A lot of Miami's playing the Jets. They're playing to freaking get into the playoffs. Green Bay and Chicago. Denver. That Denver game means something to them. They're trying to win. number one seed. The New England game against Buffalo means something to New England. The New Orleans Tampa Bay game means something to New Orleans. So a lot of these games mean something. The San Diego Kansas City game means something to San Diego. So a lot of these games mean something to teams, man.
A lot, Arizona, in the AFC East, the Patriots have it wrapped up. But it's also important because of seedings. Because New England, as a Patriots fan, I need Denver to lose so the Patriots can get the number one seed wrapped up. They've always owned the Bills. I expect the Patriots to play a good game. Cincinnati, there's again, the AFC is all set pretty much, except for a couple wild cards, and then the seedings are going to be really interesting on the final day. But the game I'll be looking forward to is Philadelphia and Dallas, just like everybody else has.
It's going to be a very, very, very interesting game. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of fun, lots of fun. The Cincinnati-Baltimore game, that's a division game. Winner of that game wins the division and goes on to the playoffs. Right?
Right.
So, come on, man. There's a lot of big games on Sunday. A lot of big games on Sunday. I have to watch that game right there. That Cincinnati-Baltimore game. I wonder if I get a chance to watch that game tomorrow. I'm going to go check my schedule right now, see if I get to watch that game tomorrow.
I'm glad that you and I tomorrow night, Jeff, will have the Dallas-Philadelphia game. I'm watching it. My Skype will be on. Feel free to Skype.
I have 2 10 o'clock games tomorrow. I have the Panthers and the Falcons on Fox, and I have the Ravens and Cincinnati on CBS. So you know what game I'll be watching in the morning?
Mm-hmm.
I'll be watching that Ravens-Cincinnati game.
I got that game too for tomorrow.
Yeah, that's the game I'll be watching tomorrow. And then I got the Charger game, so I'll be watching that game as well.
Well, I live closer to Seattle. I'll be, Seattle's playing, I believe it's St. Louis, I think, tomorrow too.
Yeah, they're playing St. Louis. So those are the 2 games I get. I have to be up early tomorrow. Because we've had some major plumbing work been going on over the weekend, and they're finishing tomorrow, and they're starting at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. So I'll be up early tomorrow, bastards. Major plumbing work going on outside. A lot of so won't be able to use my toilet, so I have to get up before they do the work so I can use my toilet. How crazy is that?
Crazy indeed, but week 17 already. Hard to believe in how fast it's gone. And then by this time next weekend, we'll be watching NFL playoff games. As the wild card round is next weekend.
Right, and we will be doing this show next weekend and be talking about all the wild card games and all the teams that made the playoffs and all that good stuff and everything like that. And I'm not losing my goatee to you this year because I'm picking Philadelphia, and if they lose, that means your team sucks, TCB.
Yeah, well, don't jinx it, otherwise he's going to rip my team the whole time. He'll rip all my New England sports teams.
Better you than me. Hey, let's go to an update. This update is brought to you by Keurig Coffee Machines. That's right, Keurig Coffee Machines. If you guys want some great coffee, head on over to Keurig Coffee Machines. Are you a coffee lover? Hate going out to Starbucks and making and spending a lot of money on coffee? Then head on over to KeurigCoffeeMachines.com. That's right, that's KeurigCoffeeMachines.com. Take it away, Sean, man, with the only update of the day.
And thank you, Jeff, for the advertisement of that for our listeners. Welcome to the NFL Real Talk update here on this Saturday night. It is December 28th, 2013. The time is 10:30 p.m. on the East Coast, which makes it 7:30 p.m. on the West, as I am ready to get everybody caught up on what's going on in all the happenings in sports. And the NFL, as you all know, we are in the last week of the NFL season. We'll get to our picks after the update is complete. Of course, the NBA, everybody has to understand there's a lot of games going on today. And here are the finals from today. This afternoon at the TD Garden in Boston, the Boston Celtics barely held off the Cleveland Cavaliers. They take the game 103-100. The Indiana Pacers, they continue to roll. They defeated the Brooklyn Nets 105-91 for a Nets team that continues to struggle. Along with the other crosstown rival, the New York Knicks, they went up to Toronto, Ontario, and they got thumped 115-100. The Washington Wizards, they prevail 106-82 against the Detroit Pistons. In overtime tonight, the Atlanta Hawks over the Charlotte Bobcats 118-116. The Dallas Mavericks, they march right into Chicago and beat the Bulls by a score of 105-83. The Houston Rockets over the New Orleans Pelicans 107-98. And the other game, the Memphis Grizzlies over the Denver Nuggets by a score of 120-99. For tomorrow's schedule in the NBA, there will be 5 games. It'll be the Golden State Warriors at the Cleveland Cavaliers, the Atlanta Hawks against the Orlando Magic, Houston Rockets against the Oklahoma City Thunder, Sacramento Kings against the San Antonio Spurs, and the other game, the Philadelphia 76ers against the Los Angeles Lakers. In the NHL, tonight's games, we've got a lot of them going on right now, 8 games. The Chicago Blackhawks and the St. Louis Blues have a really good game going on with a minute 45. That game is squared at 5 apiece. The Nashville Predators take the game against the Los Angeles Kings by a score of 3-2. There's 26 seconds left in the game. Kings need a goal to tie it, but the Predators are holding on right now. The Phoenix Coyotes and the Anaheim Mighty Ducks game, 3 periods complete. This game is tied at 2. They'll be going into overtime and maybe a possible shootout. The Edmonton Oilers, they're up 2-0 against the Philadelphia Flyers. And here are some finals tonight from the NHL. Up in Ottawa, the Ottawa Senators take the game 4-3 against the Boston Bruins. The game in a shootout, the Montreal Canadiens take a 2-1 victory in the shootout. The Detroit Red Wings over the Florida Panthers 4-3. And the New Jersey Devils over the New York Islanders by a score of 2-1. Tomorrow, there will be 10 games for the NHL. The Washington Capitals against the Buffalo Sabres, Montreal Canadiens against the Florida Panthers, Pittsburgh Penguins at the Columbus Blue Jackets, St. Louis Blues taking on the Dallas Stars, Carolina Hurricanes against the Toronto Maple Leafs, the New York Rangers against the Tampa Bay Lightning, Vancouver Canucks against the Flames, New York Islanders against the Minnesota Wild, the Winnipeg Jets against the Colorado Avalanche, and the final game, the Anaheim Mighty Ducks against the San Jose Sharks. Those are the games for the NHL. In Major League Baseball, Puig got arrested after 110 miles an hour driving charge. I hope he didn't play the game called Who Am I? MLB, they're also looking at the Japanese pitcher called Tanaka, who is expected to make some big noise for teams. The Yankees and a bunch of other teams are interested in the Japanese pitcher. For your update for NFL Real Talk, I'm Sean Mann. Back to the host of NFL Real Talk, Jeff Eskow.
All right, that update was brought to you by Keurig.com. For all your coffee needs, and instead of spending money on Starbucks, head on over to KeurigCoffeeMachines.com and make your own coffee today, 1 cup at a time. That's right, KeurigCoffeeMachines.com. Okay, listen, I saved this story for today. On Thursday, this story came out, and I saw it, and I was just like, now, this is really smart. New York Giants reserve safety rookie Cooper Taylor. Okay, reserve Giant safety rookie Cooper Taylor is renting his condo for Super Bowl 48 week. Since the Giants aren't in the Super Bowl, he and his girlfriend have decided to go on vacation that week, and he's going to rent out his condo to somebody for the week that want to come and watch the Super Bowl. His condo is 6 miles from MetLife Stadium, which is perfect. It's 1,000 square foot apartment. It includes 2 bedrooms, 1.5 baths. Okay. He rents it on a month-to-month basis for $2,700. That's how much he pays a month for the condo. Hey, Sean, how much you think he's gonna? How much do you think he's charging a week for the Super Bowl?
I don't have a really good estimate, but I would say lots.
Lots. Come on, take a guess. His condo costs him $2,700 a month to rent.
Mm-hmm.
How much you think he's renting it for the week of the Super Bowl?
I'll just 2,600.
2,600?
Yeah.
TCB, you got a guess? You got a guess on how much you think he's renting it for the week? Now, mind you, okay, he was a 5th round pick out of Richmond. Okay, he's making $405,000. That's his salary for the season. Okay? That's what he's making. You know how much he's renting the condo for the week? Now remember, he pays $2,700 a month. You know how much he's renting it for 1 week? 7 days. $9,000, Sean.
$9,000.
$9,000 for 1 week. How about that? 1,000 square foot apartment in Rutherford, New Jersey, 6 miles from MetLife Stadium, 2 bedrooms, 1.5 bath. He pays $2,700 a month. He's charging $9,000 for Super Bowl week.
Jeez.
How crazy is that, Sean?
Very crazy.
Pretty cool, huh?
Mm-hmm.
That's I saved it for this show in particular. I knew you'd get a kick out of it.
I get a kick out of it, but yeah, that's the way it works. It's all about the money.
Nah, I'll tell you something, man. That's pretty smart. They're not in the Super Bowl. He's going to go on vacation that week. Rent that house out. $9,000. Somebody will buy it. You know damn well somebody's renting out that. You know somebody's picking it up. You know that.
Right on.
TCB, hey, Rick. TCB said $5,000. Nope, it's $9,000. Giants reserve safety, rookie, Cooper Taylor, whose condo is 6 miles from MetLife Stadium. 1,000 square foot apartment, 1.5 bath, 2-bedroom apartment. He pays $2,700 a month for it. He's renting it out Super Bowl week for $9,000. Start the inquiries because you know it's going to be sold for $9,000. You know it. It could even be a bidding war, man. Can you imagine a couple people start bidding on that so much? That'd be pretty crazy. Okay, Sean, what do you say we start making our picks, huh?
Right on.
Ready? Second half of the show here, making our NFL picks for the final NFL week of the season. How about that, Sean? The final regular season week of the season. Holy cannoli, huh?
Yeah, the final week, a lot of surprises, and it'll be an interesting postseason as always.
And our good friend Rick is in the house. Thank you for showing up, my friend. Glad you listen. Okay, first game, Carolina at Atlanta. Who are you taking, Shawnee?
Carolina, Atlanta, this is a big one for the Panthers. I say Carolina goes in there.
Wins.
I
say Carolina goes in there and wins, too. I don't think Atlanta's got nothing. They're finished. They're getting ready to go on vacation. Tony Gonzalez is pissed that he came back. He came back for this crap, so they're done. I'm going with Carolina. Next game, Cincinnati hosting Baltimore. This is an AFC North rival, right? AFC North rival division game. Winner wins the division, goes to the playoff, loser goes home. Correct?
Correct. And in this game, I'm going to go with the Cincinnati Bengals to beat the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah, see? Picking Cincinnati Bengals to go with the Baltimore Ravens. Andy Dalton going to have a big game. Big game. Get his team into the playoffs and do their thing. Big game for Andy Dalton.
I'm just saying, if he can win 1 or 2 postseason games, that makes him a lot better than Tony Romo.
Tony Romo's career is done. His back
Jerry
surgery.
Jones would have a different opinion about that.
His back surgery, he's never going to be the same quarterback ever again, as far as I'm concerned.
Jerry Jones says that Tony Romo is still my future quarterback.
I don't care what Jerry Jones says. He's wrong about Tony Romo.
Next game, the Houston Texans taking on the Tennessee Titans.
And I can prove he's wrong because the stats prove that he's wrong.
Yeah, especially when I do research.
That's right. I'm taking Tennessee in this game.
Taking the Titans. Expect some major moves with the coaching here between these two teams.
Yeah,
Houston and Tennessee.
Well, you know Wade Phillips is not going to be their head coach. He's their interim right now. They've already fired Kubiak. And I think Tennessee is going to fire their head coach. So, these two teams could be looking for head coaches next year.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Jacksonville Jaguars against the Indianapolis Colts. Jeff, we always go against Jacksonville. I'm taking the Colts.
Yeah, I'm taking I don't see Jacksonville even coming close to winning this game. Do you?
Yeah, not even close.
No,
and they're going to get rid of their coach, and Jaguars have never been the same since the Mark Brunell days.
Even if Indianapolis sits most of their starters and play their backups, Indy's going to win. Okay? How about that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, next game. This is a big game for Miami. Miami has to win this game to get into the playoffs. This is a must-win for Miami. Miami's hosting the Jets. Jets would like to win to show that Rex Ryan has what it takes to keep that job and move forward with that team. Who are you picking?
In this game, Antonio Cromartie says, look, we're the Jets. We want to end the Dolphins season. I don't see it happening. Miami wins because, the Jets have been terrible on the road all year, 1-6.
So who are you taking?
I'm taking the Dolphins.
Are you now? So you think the Dolphins win and make the playoffs?
They're going to need a miracle, but I do see them beating the Jets in this game.
There is no miracle. If they win, they're in. There is no miracle for them. If they win, they are in.
That's right, but the miracle is win tomorrow and then you're in. There you go. That's what I was saying.
So you think they make the playoffs tomorrow?
I think Miami does, and then that saves the Dolphins coach position. Jets are so horrible on the road.
Well, I'm picking the Jets in this game.
Ooh, you think the Jets go into Miami and win the game tomorrow?
I think the Jets go into Miami and win tomorrow, save Rex Ryan's job, loses and gets knocked out of the playoffs, and there goes freaking the head coach of Miami Dolphins. See, you wouldn't want to be you. That's just how I think about it. And not only that, I want Miami to lose because I want San Diego to get into the playoffs. So I already have Baltimore losing to Cincinnati. I might as well pick the Jets and have Miami lose too.
Yeah.
So there you go. I'm picking the Jets in this game. This is a meaningless game. Both teams are going home after this game. Detroit and Minnesota. Who are you taking?
Detroit, Minnesota. I'm going to go Detroit Lions to go into the Metrodome and win tomorrow.
Okay, so far TCB has taken the Panthers, the Ravens, the Titans, and the Colts. Those are his teams. You're taking Minnesota?
I'm taking Detroit.
You're taking Detroit. I'm taking Detroit as well. My game, Giants playing their final game of the year in MetLife. Actually, the last game of the year that will be played in MetLife before the Super Bowl. Because the Jets aren't making the playoffs and the Giants aren't making the playoffs, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So it will be the last football game played in MetLife Stadium before the Super Bowl. How about that? Giants go out a winner. I'm taking the Giants over Washington. Who you taking?
Ooh, Giants are going to beat the Redskins.
Okay, see, TCB's taking the Jets too.
You guys both think the Jets go into Miami despite their horrible road record this year. I don't know. I think Miami's going to take it tomorrow.
I think they get to Tannenhill and hurt them. And they're done.
Giants, though, I'm picking them against the Redskins. Game, Jeff. Cleveland Browns against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Wes's Steelers tomorrow.
Yeah, well, it's going to be Wes's last football game of the year for 2013-2014 season for the Pittsburgh Steelers, but they will go out on a win. I'm taking the Steelers. Who you picking?
Well, Wes always says the Steelers are always going to be America's team. They dominate. They've got a lot of Super Bowls.
Yeah, they dominate. They dominate at home. just like my New York Giants, they'll be dominating at home. But they're going out a winner, just like the New York Giants are. I'm picking them. Who you taking? Pittsburgh?
I am taking Pittsburgh Steelers to beat Cleveland.
Okay. Next game we got going. This game right here. The winner of this game, Green Bay at Chicago. The winner of Green Bay Chicago, the winner goes to the playoff. The loser goes home. Now, with Aaron Rodgers coming back from being hurt, making the last game of the year, this kind of makes this game more intriguing, doesn't it?
Yep.
This is an interesting game. If you look at the pick distribution, it's 48-52 Chicago. Okay? Chicago being... I'm taking Chicago to win the game. Who are you taking?
Oh my gosh, this was a tough one for me to pick all week, Jeff. But I would go with. Oh boy, I am going to go with the. I'm going to switch it. I'm going to go with the. Actually, I'm going to go with the Bears. It was a tough one, man. It is for the division. Yeah, there you go.
You still didn't pick until you just picked right now, correct?
Yeah.
You didn't decide until you just decided until you made your pick right now, right?
Well, I did this week, but then I was, fiddling around with it when we were getting to picks and stuff.
It's a tough pick because I think Aaron Rodgers coming back, I think it's going to hurt him more than it's going to help him. I'm going with Chicago. I think Aaron Rodgers throws a couple of interceptions because he tries to force it. I'm going with Chicago. Denver, Oakland. Denver, right?
Yeah.
Easy game there, right? Yeah, I'll let you do this game. Go ahead.
All right, in this game between the Denver Broncos and the Oakland Raiders, a lot at stake. Denver wins tomorrow. They get home field advantage throughout all the playoffs. They lose and New England wins. Patriots, of course, get the number 1 seed. Got to go with the Denver Broncos. But my question will the Broncos sit a lot of their starting players and go with their second string tomorrow against Oakland?
I don't know, but I'm taking the Broncos. You're taking the Broncos. Go to the next game.
Yeah. Oh, that's easy. New England Patriots are going to beat the Buffalo Bills tomorrow.
Yeah, that's what I wanted you to do. Do this game because it's your team. Patriots, I'm picking them as well. Although, Buffalo upsetted a team last week. We'll see if they could do it again this week. Buffalo beat Miami last week. We'll see what happens. Yeah. Maybe they'll give New England a little tough for their money. Maybe they'll let New England say, hey, listen, Buffalo will beat them and say, hey, we got to work on things going into the playoffs, New England. So it might be a good – this loss here, if Buffalo beats them, might be a good thing for New England. Might be, but I'm still picking New England to win this game. This next game is Kenny C's New Orleans Saints taking on the Tampa Bay Bucks. I think this is a no-brainer. Hey, TCB's taking the Redskins over the freaking Giants. He's taking the Lions over the Vikings. He's taking Pittsburgh. And he's taking the Packers over Chicago. Okay, we're all caught up with TCB. Crazy, dude? Come on.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the New Orleans Saints tomorrow. I'm going to take the Saints.
Yeah, I'm taking the Saints, too. They got to win this to, what? Get the wild card?
I think so. Some kind of playoff positioning.
Yeah. They need to win this. The NFC is too freaking confusing right now.
It's confusing, and we're going to know lots of...
the AFC... you want to know something? The AFC is so cut and dry, it's ridiculous. They got their 4 teams, right? And they got the 4 division winners, and they got 1 wild card. Tomorrow's really easy. Miami wins, they're in. Miami loses, Baltimore wins, Baltimore's in. Miami loses, Baltimore loses, San Diego wins, they're in. San Diego. If Miami loses and Baltimore wins and San Diego wins, Baltimore's in.
Yeah.
Okay? San Diego needs Miami and Baltimore to lose, and San Diego needs to win, and they're in.
Mm-hmm.
So that's it. That's it. That's the only spot available. 1 spot, 3 teams fighting for it. I mean, it's really cut and dry. NFC is totally different. NFC is whacked. Arizona,
the NFC
right?
is like bewildering.
Yeah, NFC is whacked. Arizona's hosting San Francisco. San Francisco got to win to get a wild card, right?
Yep.
So they're fighting for a game. Arizona would like to win and see if they can sneak in as a wild card. So this is a crazy game too. But I'm taking San Francisco to win this game. Who are you taking?
In this game against Arizona and San Francisco, I got to go with the 49ers. They're looking like the team kind of from last year, and they have a chance, too, at the division. So Seattle better be doing their job, but also doing some scoreboard watching tomorrow.
Yeah, Kansas City is coming into San Diego to take on the Chargers. I think Kansas City is going to be sitting a lot of their starters getting ready for the playoffs. They got 1 wild card sewn all up, so they're going to rest a lot of their players. Chargers are fighting for a wild card. They're going to play all their players so they can get into the wild card and win and get and pray for some help. I'm picking the Chargers. Who you taking, Sean?
In this game, I'm going to go with the I'm going to switch it. I'm going to go to San Diego Chargers, too, because you know what? The Chiefs are not ending the football season on a good note.
No, they're not.
And they'll make the playoffs, but can they actually win a playoff game and end that long playoff drought for the Kansas City Chiefs?
We'll see. We'll see what happens there. Seattle and St. Louis, this is an easy no-brainer, right? Both of us are taking Seattle in this game, right?
Yeah, I still say Seattle's going to win the division. I'd be shocked if St. Louis won. And I was actually real quickly shocked that Arizona went into Seattle last weekend and won.
Me too, but I don't think Seattle's going to lose another game at home right now. So I think, especially to St. Louis, so I think Seattle's going to win. All right, next.
Oh, the Sunday night football game, the Philadelphia Eagles at the Dallas Cowboys. Jeff and I, we know who we're going with. I'm going with the Eagles tomorrow.
I'm taking the Eagles too. This team is Tony Romo-less. They got Kyle Orton starting. I want to see a lot of shots of Jerry Jones. I want to see a lot of shots of Jerry Jones, especially when they're losing by 20 points. I want to see it. Okay, we got to make our predictions for scores. Denver, Oakland, what do you got?
In this game, I'm going to say that in Denver and Oakland, it'll be 42-24, the Broncos over the Raiders.
I got 45-10, Denver over Oakland. What do you got? 40. What do you got?
I went with 42-24.
And I got 45-10. Not bad. Not bad. San Francisco, I got 28. Arizona, 17. What do you got?
High-scoring game. I'm going to say San Francisco kicks a game-winning field goal and wins it 48-45.
Okay, who's going to score the most points this week?
The most points, I'm going with San Francisco.
And your least?
Jacksonville.
I'm going with the most Seattle and the fewest St. Louis. I'm going. Our pick week of the NFL season. Don't forget, we'll be making our wild card picks for our wild card and playoff games next week. Should be kind of interesting next week, huh?
It should be, and I'm only up 1 point over Ebo.
Yeah, I know. I'm out of it. Over Ebo. 2. Got the next league. I'm out of it, man. I'm like freaking way behind. I'm in 5th place. Ebo's lead. No, you're leading with 151, right?
Yeah, 151. Ebo has 150.
150. Gio's got 146. Kenny's got 143, and I have 137, and Renegade's got 135. I'm out of it, man. I'm totally freaking out of it. That kind of stinks. Hey, I want everybody to have a great football Sunday. Watch all the games you want to watch. Hope your team does well. Until Monday, my friends, remember, you only have one life to live. Live it long, live it strong, and live it proud. And please don't forget, life may suck, but the alternative is unacceptable. For Sean Mann, I'm Jeff Eskow. This has been NFL Real Talk on Sports World Radio. Peace out, people. Later.
Goodbye.
Hey, this is EAJ Man from Autopsy Live and the Skype Pirates. When I want to make it look like I don't give a shit about sports, I tune into Sports World Radio with Jeff Eskow.
Jeff